Hello everyone. Welcome to the continuation of our Calm series exploring the book Our Home, Nosso Lar, by André Luiz, a spiritual narrative about life after death, responsibility, and the gradual maturation of consciousness through service. Chapter 42 is titled, The Governor's Address. It is one of the most solemn and inspiring chapters in this part of the book. It does not describe dramatic events or individual stories of suffering. Instead, it reveals a moment of spiritual mobilization for the entire community of our home. It is a moment when the inhabitants of the colony receive clear guidance about their mission toward Earth. In the face of war, chaos, and human suffering, spiritual communities prepare themselves for even greater service. After the events connected with the sound of the trumpet described in the previous chapter, the governor announces a special evangelical gathering in the Ministry of Regeneration. This meeting has a very important purpose. It is not merely a religious ceremony. Its goal is to prepare the workers of the colony for new responsibilities. New schools of assistance and training centers will be created to prepare spirits who will help Earth during the time of war. Narcissa explains to André Luiz that, besides medical training and assistance work, something else will be equally important. Training against fear. For André, this idea seems surprising. But Narcissa explains that fear is one of the most destructive psychological forces. It can spread among people like a disease. It paralyzes the will, weakens the spirit, and destroys inner balance. That is why, in times of great crisis, spiritual courage becomes one of the most important virtues. On the day before the ceremony, André has the opportunity to participate in the preparations for the gathering. The Great Hall of the Ministry of Regeneration is decorated with great care and harmony. From early morning, crowds of workers begin to arrive from different sectors of the colony. The atmosphere is solemn and filled with expectation. For many of them, it will be the first time seeing the governor closely, the spiritual leader of the entire community. The ceremony begins with a powerful choir. Thousands of voices sing a hymn dedicated to Jesus. Music, fragrance, and harmony fill the entire environment. André Luiz also notices delegations from other ministries. Some of these spirits seem to radiate light. Their presence highlights the spiritual importance of this gathering. Finally, the governor himself appears. He is a figure who inspires deep respect. An elderly man with white hair, whose presence combines wisdom, serenity, and strength. His personality radiates both tenderness and authority. In him one can see both a father and a leader. After a brief moment of silence, the governor opens the Gospel. He reads the words of Jesus from the Gospel of Matthew. "You will hear of wars and rumors of wars. Do not be troubled." These words become the starting point of his message. The governor reminds the listeners that events such as wars are not random. They are part of a process through which humanity learns responsibility for its own actions. Yet even in the most difficult times, spiritual communities must not surrender to fear. They must act with courage, discipline, and love. The most important part of his speech is directed specifically to the workers of the Ministry of Regeneration. They are the ones who maintain the closest contact with the earthly world. For this reason, they carry a special responsibility. The governor calls upon them to elevate their courage and spirit of service. When darkness deepens, he says, the task of spirits of goodwill is to light new lamps in the world. At one point he speaks words that leave a deep impression on everyone present. The colony needs 30,000 trained defenders. But this defense does not involve violence. It is a spiritual mission. Workers who are ready to assist the suffering, protect the vulnerable, and preserve spiritual balance in the midst of chaos. The governor also explains something very important. Love and mercy do not mean passivity. Evil is a sickness of the spirit. But spiritual communities must protect the good that has already been built. They cannot allow chaos from the lower regions to destroy the harmony of the spiritual world. For this reason, a spiritual guard must be prepared. Workers who will operate on the borders between light and darkness. Their mission will be to assist humanity on earth, in the umbral, and in other regions of suffering. The governor's address deeply moves everyone present. It is not a call to battle in the human sense of the word. It is a call to service. A call to courage. A call to responsibility for the common good. At the end of the ceremony, children sing the hymn Great Jerusalem. The governor leaves the platform. At that moment, gentle winds carry delicate blue rose petals that fall upon the gathering. They symbolize spiritual blessing and hope. The atmosphere fills everyone's hearts with peace and quiet joy. Chapter 42 reminds us of several important truths. That spiritual courage is essential in times of crisis. That fear is one of the greatest obstacles to human progress. That true spiritual struggle is expressed through service to goodness. And that spiritual communities continually work to support humanity in its path of evolution. This is a deeply uplifting chapter. It shows that spirituality is not only contemplation. It is also responsibility. A willingness to act when the world most needs light. And it leaves us with an important question. In moments of difficulty and uncertainty, are we able to keep the courage of the Spirit and become a light for others? In the next chapter, André Luiz will continue learning about the spiritual laws governing life in the colony. The journey continues. See you soon.